right, welcome in everybody to the Fly for Fun show. Today is May 8th, show 10 of 2024. Let me turn this volume down on my phone here, Ray. I had it on.
Yeah.
Want to welcome in everybody. Got a great guest tonight, Mr. Stephen Sutton from the Flyby guys. We'll catch up with Stephen in a little bit. It's been a while since he's been on, and I don't know, Ray, we talked about a little bit before the show, but Stephen will talk about that subject, about that.
I know.
Drone, it went up to, I think, 7,700 feet or something like that.
Crazy.
Got any questions to ask Stephen about that? Video is out on his channel. He put that up a couple of days ago. So we'll catch up with that. And of course, catch up with Stephen with the drone shows and what he's got going with the Flyby guys. Want to welcome in everybody tonight. We got a great giveaway. We got a great sticker pack. Hashtag Fly for Fun. And we also got we're always trying to get the kids involved. I have a youth shirt that probably
nice.
A size 10 or 12 for a young adult. So it's a Fly for Fun shirt. We'll pull for that at the end. We'd like to always get the kids involved. That's I know, Capt, Ray, you're big in that. And
big focus.
Now, we did have some children or some young people at the South Florida drone meetup. So, hey, think about bringing somebody to that. And I do want to say, Ray, I did reach out to Mark Fisher. Mark lost his mom this week, and of course, keep marking your prayers. I know.
Condolences.
I know about the last year. She has been sick, and I think she passed away. I'm not sure. I think it was Sunday, maybe, or Saturday. But anyway, I did reach out to Mark, but he texted me back. But I told him just I'll get with him in a few days, and so keep marking your prayers. I know John Flynn had some bad weather up by them. I got some pictures I'll show in a little bit. So
a mile away from his house.
Yeah. And, that happens quick. The weather's been really bad all over, it seems like. So, hey, be weather aware when you get those messages and notices on your phone. Hey, pay attention. Let's see, Ray. We got some birthdays. Mr. Rob Kamada had a birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, Rob.
I think Rob turned like 22 or 23. I'm not sure.
And I think he's in a holding pattern, 49 and holding now.
Yeah, there you go. And Mr. Lon Denard's birthday is today. So happy birthday, Lon.
Happy birthday, Lon.
Sean Ide has got a birthday on the 9th. Susan, Ron's wife, Mr. Ron Brown's wife, has a birthday coming up. Mark Fisher has a birthday on the 10th. Marcus Crawford on the 17th. And Dom, on the 19th. So I know some of those are ahead, but we come on every 2 weeks now. So want to wish them, of course, like I said, keep Mark Fisher in your prayers. And Scott, I think he's doing better, but keep Scott in your prayers. He had he was sick for a while and fighting something there. So, hey, keep him in your prayers. The drone show guide is out. If you need a copy, I'll get it to you. Of course, the South Florida drone meetup, April 5th. 2025, 332 days. And Ray, I know you announced last week or a couple weeks ago that they did honor that price of the hotel. So that will be the same price as it was the last 3 years. And pretty soon they'll have that where you can book it. I don't think it's available yet, but go ahead and be making your plans. And guys, I would say, hey, book early. A lot of people, not a lot, but some people had to kind of beg there at the last few weeks, and they did honor those. Christina,
yeah, they squeezed in a few extra.
They did a few extra, but hey, book it early and you won't have a problem. So that's of course it. We start off with we do the meet and greet on that Friday night.
Yeah.
Saturday is the actual meetup. Sunday we do another day of flying, and then Monday to finish off with the fishing trip. So, and this will be the 5th annual. And I'm not saying we'll do something special, but it may be a little something different, something we may surprise, have a little surprise now and then. But, that's, guys, 5 years coming up. I can't believe it. So,
amazing. Time flies.
So, Ray, what you got going? You back in New York?
I'm back in New York. I've been flying. I've been also going to the doctor. I had 6 biopsies done. But I took them off my face. I don't want to have bandages on my face. But and today I went to the doctor because I got an upper respiratory infection, so I'm on antibiotics. But I'll be all right, that's for sure.
Well, good deal, guys. Hashtag Fly for Fun, and we'll draw for this T-shirt. If you got somebody you can, I'm sure you got somebody you can give it to. A little young lady or a young man, it'll fit either. So hey, and then we got a really nice sticker pack with some buttons and I think I got a Marcus Crawford $100 coin chip. And I do want to say congratulations to Marcus Crawford. He he got 25,000 subs this week.
That's a big accomplishment.
Big
Congratulations,
accomplishment.
Marcus.
So
yeah. But look what I got here, Johnny. You know what this is? This is the South Florida Drone Meetup list.
got the list.
And I know it went dim on me, but we got 80 people signed up for next year's South Florida Drone Meetup.
Man,
so
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, Ray, let's wish some people. We got a bunch.
I know
of people.
Angel, I think, was number one. How you doing, Angel? Good to see you. And Scotty. Jack Rabbit was right behind him. John Olson, how you doing? I flew with John in Port Jefferson, and we had a couple of great flights. We got the ferry coming in, and it's going to be a good video when I publish it.
Good deal.
Had a good time seeing John again, flying with him. But anyway, John, Flying Flint Media, he's watching. How you doing, John? Good to see you, and glad you survived that tornado. No damage. And Max, we got Max Air watching. How you doing, Max? And
Max,
Dominic's watching in Australia.
Hadn't seen Max in a while.
I know. I hope he comes back to the South Florida Drone Meetup, because that was so cool when the drones would chase his plane, really. But anyway, and who else is in the chat? Hot Rod, how you doing?
Hot Rod, welcome in.
Good to see you. And I saw Ken Huffbauer. How you doing, Ken? And Captain Joe. You just flew with Captain Joe, didn't you, Johnny?
Yeah, we flew yesterday. We had a great went out to the lighthouse. It was really windy, but we did go back to the riverfront and put that Vada up. Although it was still windy, but we had a good time. We always have a good time. Went out to the lighthouse. So
you gonna tell everybody how brave you were, or you're not gonna mention that?
Well, we did. We kind of did a little range test, but yeah. I see Rick Williamson is in here.
Rick.
Rick presented Mr. Scott with that big accomplishment there. Blank of the year, blank head of the year, but we won't mention it, because Scotty, Yeah,
but it was so cool what he did with Brad too, really. Yeah. And I give you a lot of credit, Rick. You surprised Brad when he checked into the hotel, giving him that drone, really. And I'm going to publish that video very shortly.
Mr. Art is in the house.
How you doing, Art? He's in the Philippines, I think.
He had to leave. I think he leaves tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Packing. Yep. He said he's packing up for his trip right here. Well, Ray, I'll tell you what. Let's get Cool Cat welcome in. Let's get Stephen, because it's 2:00 in the morning in Helsinki, Finland, and it's a big thing. Hey, listen, Stephen. I appreciate it so much, and you're a friend of our channel. And hey, welcome in, Stephen.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you.
How you doing, Stephen? Good to see you. Coming all the way from Helsinki, Finland, right?
Helsinki, Finland. Spring has finally arrived here. It's been such a long winter. We've had snow for, it seems like, forever. But spring has finally arrived, and the sun is out. It's and we're starting to feel good.
Yeah, Stephen. So what's the temperatures right now? What are you at?
We're about 10 degrees here. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I'm not quite sure, but we had a very hot, we had a very hot May the 1st. So the 1st of May, which is a holiday here because it's May Day.
Okay.
But the thing is, the week before May Day, exactly a week before May Day, we had a huge snowstorm, which was just unbelievable, and the whole city shut down because everyone changed from the winter tires to the summer tires. So the city just shut down. But then, literally a week later, everyone's walking around with their t-shirts on. It was incredible. It really was absolutely. It was just. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
I know we were at 92 degrees today, and it's already to start this early in May. But hey, it is what it is. But the weather's been kind of crazy with the tornadoes, and have a lot of big fronts coming through. But Stephen, so what's how's the Fly Guys? What's going on?
I'm very busy with inspections at the moment, so I'm doing a lot of inspections. I'm doing construction inspections. I'm doing telecom inspections. Busy with planning drone shows. Something new at the moment coming in. We're going to start to do indoor drone shows.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Indoor drone shows. So we just got our indoor drones come here now. So starts.
Well, Stephen, what type of drone? What is that? I mean, is it something smaller? Is it?
Yes, something smaller, which you don't need it. You don't need to follow the regulations with this because it's inside, because it's not an air risk. So
yeah, right.
So you don't have to deal with permissions and stuff like that. So it's actually quite good. We're starting to do that. I'm doing some consultancy at the moment as well. I'm doing something very cool, which I can't talk about at the moment because I'm under strict non-disclosure agreement stuff. But it will come out in the news very soon. I think it will come out in the news in the next month, I hope.
Hey, that's kind of exciting. You always, Stephen, so the inside drone shows, would that be like what number of drones? Is that a smaller? I mean,
yeah, so you can do anything from you do anything from like 20 to 50, 100, up to 200 if you have the space.
Gotcha. Yeah, pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You'll see some stuff. I'm, in between everything, I'm trying to learn how to program the shows as well, because I have the software and I'm trying to find time in between all my work and in between all my consultancy. I'm trying to learn how to put a drone from A to B and then turn and then do it. But yeah, it's because I've only been managing the shows. I haven't been, actually programming the shows. So
yeah, welcome in, Cool Cat, Eddie Nunez, Brian, Waypoint, New England. Well, Stephen, and we're gonna get on. I want to get on a subject about the drone going way up, but a question that's kind of, I say, and this is a question you did a little video on it not too long ago, and this is, I guess, it's popping up in a lot of people's minds. So, is it going to be fireworks or inside or drone shows, What tell us about what you think about that. I know you do. Of course, you don't do fireworks, but I think they can be combined, is what I kind of learned.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a narrative at the moment. Obviously, drone shows are cool. You can be a lot more flexible with them in terms of what you can do and how many times you can do it as well. But I think a lot of people tend to jump on this that, drone shows are going to replace fireworks, and I do understand when people are, let's say, against fireworks because of the noise and the pollution and all the rest of it. But what we seem to forget is that
I just got some of your video playing.
Fireworks are a big part of culture.
I'll take a drone show though any day. I have to get. Of
course,
to one.
Yeah,
really,
of course, and that's the thing, is that we want to see more drone shows, of course. But when you get right down to it, when you get right down to the cities and the municipalities and stuff like that, it's difficult for them to pull away from what they've always been having, because it's what the crowds, it's what the people expect.
Change is hard.
Change is hard, yeah, and also money, because fireworks are a lot cheaper as well, So
yeah, okay, the budget all depends on the cities or the budget.
Yeah, and usually when I see these headlines where city says no more fireworks and let's have drone shows, and I kind of sit back and I go, let's see how long this lasts, because I really don't think they can afford to be doing that. How often that they are doing fireworks, if they can maintain the same thing with drone shows, it will bankrupt them.
Yeah, Stephen. I mean, can a drone show? Are we talking? I mean, is it in a upper hundreds of thousands, or I mean, is it
depending on the size? Yes.
Gotcha. And fireworks are pretty expensive too, though. I know.
Yeah. Of course they can be, and of course it depends. And a good example of that is 4th of July in America. So of course, it's a big thing, and let's say culturally and from a culture perspective of the American people, fireworks are a mainstay of that. Now that doesn't mean to say that you must always have it, but I mean, like I was saying in that video that I made earlier, is that I mean, like in China, where you have Chinese New Year, which is also in likes of Taiwan, Malaysia, and other Asian countries as well. It's a big part of the culture. Fireworks scares away the ghosts of the past, and it's not something that they do for fun. It's something they do because it's in their culture to actually do that. It's very, very important, and if they don't, things are not good for them. So it's what it is. Think of what you do on the 4th of July. You maybe have barbecue, whatever, but and that's things that you do. It's the same for the Chinese. I mean, I remember walking down the street in Taiwan during Chinese New Year, and then just fireworks going off down the street. And it's not like people are going, "Yeah, this is good fun." It's something they have to do.
Now, Stephen, you primarily handle Asia and the UK, Europe, right? For most of your drone shows?
We do everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere.
All right.
Africa, Middle East, Asia, Europe, yeah.
But you haven't done any in the US, right?
Never done any. I don't have my Part 107 yet.
Oh, well, you got to get it then. Pilot Institute, Stephen.
I know. I've actually contacted Greg about that and said, I need to, I mean, as soon as I come over and I'm doing whatever I'm doing there, I need to get my Part 107. So it's on the foremost of my mind when I go there.
We want you to keep the week of April 4th to the 7th free. No drone shows that week.
No drone shows, yeah, true.
Hey, Stephen, we put up 28 drones. Does that count as a drone show?
Yes, that counts as a drone show if you coordinate it in such a way where.
Well, I don't know about that, but what, we did it. It went pretty good, because the last year we tried it and we kind of talked about it, but I don't know. Everybody just put their drones up real quick and got a great picture, and it worked out pretty good.
That's good, because I remember last time I think it was 10 18, you had the year before or something.
Yeah, and then I think 8 or 10 the time at Spin Up. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But if we keep adding 10, before you know it, we'll be up to 100.
Yeah, that's when it starts to get. That's when I can see the FAA stepping in and saying, "Wait a minute now, there's it's you need to have a bit of space in between here,
And you don't know how worried I was, and I'm sure Johnny was also. We didn't want no casualties, We didn't want no drones going in that waterway.
We got 2 years in a row without a drone hitting the water. Well, Fly Days, Nick, he does it on purpose with his FPV drone.
Yeah.
But hey, as far as accidents, we got a nice streak going there. So Marcus Crawford, welcome in. And of course, Marcus, you wasn't in, but congratulations on 25,000 subs. That's a big
congratulations, Marcus.
Yeah, just got 250,000, wasn't it? 25,000.
25,000?
25,000.
Yeah, very nice, Marcus. Big accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, I got one of my burner accounts, so I'm on there twice. I'm just saying. So, Stephen, tell us about this story that you did a video on a couple of days ago. Tell us about this drone that went up. What was it, 7,700 feet? Is that?
Yeah, that was 7,900 feet. Yes, that was. I still have my notes. You see from when I was doing the video, so I still have it. So. It was a very interesting story, which I'm sure that we can all relate to hearing in the news about sightings or whatever it is, and of course a drone that high is obviously very, very dangerous. Now seeing it or let's say being told that you can see it from the pilot perspective, you always kind of think, well, I'm not sure about this, blah, blah, blah. But when you see it from that perspective, because the guy who I think his name was Lee. I can't quite remember, but he hacked, flew, posted the material, and then said to the authorities, "Catch me if you can," and
they did,
which they did. I mean, the footage was obviously, I mean, dare I say, impressive, but no, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't impressive at all. It was more, we are going to see this kind of behavior. Let's face it, right? We are going to see this behavior, and we are going to see incidents. We're going to have accidents and incidents. It's
that
part
was
of
that was blatant, and I'm so glad
it was blatant.
Arrested.
It was
really
blatant, but and the industry and the community needs this kind of data. We need this data. It's so damn important, and let's have the FAA and the CAA and let's have EASA, as much as they want to keep the sky safe, they also need the data when things happen. And when things happen, we need to learn from it, and
exactly.
we will learn from it. It shouldn't be seen as something like really bad or really negative. Of course, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Just imagine what's happening with Boeing right now. It's a good example of that. In reality, and I will say this, and we are going to see incidents like this happen on a fairly regular basis, unfortunately. But it shouldn't be seen as the end of the world. It shouldn't be seen as in banned drones. Things will happen that and we will learn from it.
Yeah, and I mean that's.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hard to believe.
What do you think's going to happen to him, though, Steve?
Yeah, I mean, what will be?
What do you think that they're going to do? The final outcome will be.
Well, it's interesting to see how the authorities deal with this. I do have some contacts in China. I mean, I was actually invited to China at the end of this month, but I can't go because I've got other work.
Mm-hmm.
I was invited to the large drone expo event in Shenzhen. So I do have contacts that I'm trying to find out what actually happened with the guy. I think that he will probably end up losing his drone for sure. I mean, apart from that, I really don't know.
No, it's speculation, sure.
Yeah, it's just speculation, and I'm not going to say that he should have this. In China, it's different. It is very, very different in China from what we have here. But they do have legislation. We know that they have a limit of 120 meters. 300 feet or 400 feet.
Right.
So, but I've never dealt with the authorities in China. I've dealt with the authorities in Taiwan. It's a little bit different, obviously, but I've never dealt with the authorities in China. Or I have dealt with the authorities, but never when it comes to flying. So,
but Stephen, I had to start. So the app, I mean, he obviously, did something to the app, of course.
Yeah. So the app was definitely hacked, for sure. I think that in itself is more interesting because we know how he got a hold of that. I don't know. This gets into, the availability of the code, because we know that there are certain versions of drones out there now that are not DJI but are RDJI. I mean, there are copies out there in a sense. I think it's quite interesting that there's this. Is it a copy of the Air 3? Who was it again that had that drone?
That Spectre drone.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I thought it was quite bizarre that after that came out that he had hacked. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not. I don't know, or it's just completely separate. I really don't know. Because it's basically the same as the DJI Fly.
DJI, yeah, and that's kind of interesting because with what's going on with the ban and all of that stuff. And so that kind of makes you wonder. They did that with the Spectre Drone Air 3, and they also have it with a Mini 2 type version of that. And and people wonder. People wonder, well, why would they do the Mini 2? And maybe that's just a license, and that DJI wanted to give that company, because now they just came out with this Mini 4K, which is basically another version of the Mini 2. But so that's kind of weird. And then Spectre does have those 2 drones right now, and then of course the Azu is coming out with that consumer enterprise type drones, 2 drones that's kind of licensed through DJI also. So they got a lot happening in the community right now. And that software, it makes you wonder. So this guy definitely can probably get all the direct TV channels too, I'm sure.
No doubt about
it. But it, I think it was John Coopy and who had commented on the video, and he actually reminded me of the incident in 2017 in Israel, where the guy was flying next to the planes as they were landing in the airport, and he was sitting on a bar terrace flying his Mavic Pro, and it just reminded me of that actually when John said that. It just reminded me, and that was a big thing because it was even in the news, and the guy was arrested as well actually. So,
right.
They don't mess around in Israel as well. So it's
Hey, Herman.
Herman, welcome in. Well, I know people don't think, what happens even in another state or another, another county or state, another country, but it does affect us all because it could come back to, in some kind of way to get us somewhere down the line. I mean,
social good publicity. That's what we need. Good publicity.
Right.
Yeah. It's, I've been thinking quite a lot about this because of the work that I'm doing and the people that I'm talking to and how the work that we do, not just for drone shows but other things as well, is that how that impacts society from a social acceptance point of view. So social acceptance is pretty much always on my mind, really. It's something that, but at the same time, again, I think that we shouldn't be paranoid that if something goes wrong, it's really wrong. It shouldn't be like that. If something goes wrong, things will happen, and we have to learn from it. And I think that the authorities, like the FAA, and I don't want to be criticizing the FAA, because a lot of people do actually criticize the FAA and the CAA and the ASA. They tend to criticize because they're too paranoid. And yes, they are paranoid. But the thing is they don't have enough data. So it's difficult for them to act. It's difficult for them to make decisions without any data. So right now they pretty much have a blank page,
sure,
which is what drones are. They have a blank page, and they're trying to have this manned aviation, and you can't do that, especially when it comes to air taxis. If you look at air taxis and stuff like right now, and they're trying to give the same standard of safety when it comes to helicopters, and they're trying to adopt that into air taxis, and you can never do that. I know, because they're starting to say, if we do that, this is going to be a big mistake. And I think that with drones, we are now reaching a point, and I see this a lot, and I'll be critical of our community here, is that we tend to complain. We tend to moan at the authorities and say, you're bad people. And if you look at the size of the drone departments of the FAA and like of EASA and all the rest of it, they're really small. They're really, really small. And They are trying to do so much. They're trying to handle so much. And it's difficult for them. And we tend to get on their back and say, this is wrong and you can't do this. And it doesn't help. It actually does. It does not help at all.
Well, it
They're
does.
doing the
Stephen,
best they can.
Yeah,
with the
Yeah,
staff
they
that
are, and
have.
of course they are not perfect. It's not perfect, but the thing is, they have nothing to work with.
right. I know
They
you
have
bring up
nothing to work with.
you bring up a good point, because I know when you're out there and you're fixing to do a show, when y'all practice, or everybody loves those drones, because they look so cool in what they're doing. But if you got 25 or 30 people in a park that got together and try to fly a drone, you may intimidate somebody.
Yes.
So it's a big difference,
Common sense is common sense, and again, I'll say this: we will make mistakes, and we will learn from our mistakes. If you do stupid things, you will pay the price, and if
Absolutely.
you do that on purpose, for whatever reason, you will pay the price for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll tell you what I do. So one thing which I'm pretty sure you guys don't know what I do. I'm in the European Drone Federation. I'm in this massive
I
association.
remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
So, and I actually represent Finland. So I'm on the Finnish board of the ARPAS, and I'm the representative that goes to Europe and sits on the board there. And there's someone from every European country there, from Italy, France, blah, 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 all the rest of it. And it's taken us 3 to 4 years now to be officially recognized by EASA. Now, that means that, okay, so just to give you a kind of what we're doing is the same as what Vic Moss is doing for the what's his association,
the drone
Alliance.
The drone
Alliance.
Yes. So it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing, right? So that means that we are talking with EASA. Now that means that when we see things that have to be changed, EASA will listen to us. They will listen. So far, we have actually made changes to the regulations, and that's based that is based on going there sensibly, writing it down, and saying, "Look, we want this changed, and it has to be changed because of this."
Right.
And we know because this is going on here, and they look at it and they go, "Okay, just give us a few days," and they come back and they go, "Good, done." Now,
that's good.
That's how
you have some influence. That's
great.
Yeah.
But if you moan online and call people names and be abusive and say this is terrible, change the rules, that will not make a change. It will never make a change.
Yeah, Stephen, you're right about, I hate to say it. And we all, I'm Ray. Remote ID, they gave us a date of about 2 years ago, and then they moved it to a year. And then, everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people bitched and griped about it. But I know Marcus and Captain Ray and almost everybody in the drone community that watches the shows and that's in here, it didn't really affect the way you fly. If you flew, like you said, with common sense. Remote ID just, it kind of came and it's still there, and it's not a bad deal. I think we worried about it a little bit too much, but it didn't change. If you flew, you didn't fly any different the day they initiated it. If you flew with common sense, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I think that there were some people, I won't say who those people were, but there were some people who were saying that, if you have remote ID, your privacy is going to be compromised and someone's going to come and shoot you because they can see where you are. They'll come and harass you and all the rest of it. There was that kind of stuff. Has that happened?
Not that I read about. I haven't heard about it. And to be honest with you, I thought that might have taken place. I was worried about that.
Yeah,
but it hasn't happened.
Well, I know you can only still see it on an Android phone right now.
Exactly.
iOS. So I'm not saying that's a big, and I think we made more of a big deal of it than I say common person, or I mean, a lot of even maybe police departments don't even know about remote ID. Some of the smaller departments and stuff, and it still works as if they get a complaint, they're not going to come knock on your door just because you're flying your drone. Somebody basically got to file a complaint, So
and they can't find you. So unless you're showing up on an official your application that you've announced your flight or something, they're not going to come and find you because of remote ID. That isn't going to happen. We have remote ID here now in Finland, and it came in on the 1st of January. Now it came in. The authorities announced it 3 weeks before it became law. 3 weeks before.
The only notice you had?
Yeah, but that was it. And it was just, there's going to be remote ID, and you make sure you're compliant, and that's it. And everybody went, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
I mean, it's just another. I mean, it's
new regulations.
It's a rule. Yeah, I mean, it's no different than stop signs or speeding. Or I mean, you got rules of everything that you do. Even every hobby has rules. So hey, just follow the rules, and I don't think you'll have a problem. But hey, when people do, some what we call stupid stuff, I know we get it all the time, flying over the stadiums, and that's going to be, it's going to happen. It's going to always happen.
Yeah.
But I think it's how we, the people who really, are in a hobby. That's who affects this sport of ours.
You will. I think that. I mean, I'm not sure how this happens in the US, but I'm still very, very critical of it here. So I can walk into a shop here in Finland or in the UK or whatever, and I can buy a drone, but nobody will give me any information as to this is what you should do or this is what you should not do.
Right.
And that's the problem. That is the issue, is that there's no guidance, So, and some people, who can be really innocent and don't have the intention to do anything wrong, will buy that drone, take it outside, fly it in a place where they shouldn't, and then all of a sudden they get a fine. That's really unfair.
Stephen, let's change the subject a little bit. So, do you ever just fly for fun?
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
So what do you fly? Tell us.
Where do you go and what do you do? Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us your favorite.
Well. I mean, I have minis. I have Mavic 3s, Mavic 3 Pro. I have an Air 2S. What else do I have? I have a Phantom 4. I love the Phantom 4. It's I do fly for fun. I don't fly for fun as often as I should do.
Yeah.
When for example, I was flying all day on Friday. I think I flew for 6 hours on Friday.
Oh, really? Wow. Fun.
6. No, that was working.
Oh, working. Yeah. Okay.
6 hours working. And
that's a lot of battery.
I guess you don't want to just fly for fun. You want to take a break from flying.
Sometimes it's like that. Yeah. Sometimes it's like that. I was flying this morning for 3 hours, and then and then for the rest of the afternoon, I'm in meetings talking about drones. So sometimes it's you kind of think maybe I won't fly today. Mm-hmm. It is a holiday tomorrow, so I will be off work tomorrow officially. So I probably will, let's say, fly tomorrow.
Stephen, what about the new Avata 2? Have you seen it or flown it? Or
I haven't flown it yet. I haven't touched it. I haven't seen one yet. I know there's a couple of guys here that do have one. I'm quite interested to get my hands on it. So I'm hoping that when I get some time, I will manage to get my hands on it.
Do you enjoy flying FPV, Stephen?
I don't fly FPV very much. I don't have an FPV drone here, so I do have a little Cinewhoop actually. I have.
Okay, Stephen, you gotta let me know about this. What is Marcus saying here?
What's he saying?
Purple burglar alarm?
He's Marcus.
Okay. What's that all about, Stephen?
Is this an inside joke? Is this an inside joke?
Come on, tell us.
Can I say purple burglar alarm? Yes, I can. Purple burglar alarm.
Okay.
No, that
I
Marcus.
hope that keeps you happy, Marcus.
Hey, now he's got 2,499. No, I'm just nah. But no, you know what, Stephen, the drone community is great. I know you're a big part of it, and you know, people. I know we all think of you at the drone shows, but you know, a big part of your company is you do a lot of inspections, and I know that's you know, the drone shows it is a big part. But
How about the deliveries, Stephen? You were involved with drone deliveries there for a while too, weren't you?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Did they take off, or no? They haven't taken off yet. Are they popular?
I'll maybe come back on the show in a few months and discuss that.
Okay, all right. That sounds
Stephen,
good.
if you had to answer, and we used to get this, so let me ask you: will drone deliveries work or will not work? Yes or no? Or can you answer that? Yes or no?
Oh, they're gonna work. I can hear them already. They're gonna work.
Yeah, I've always been skeptical. I've always been skeptical of it. I really can't say too much at the moment.
Gotcha. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. You know,
no, not at all. Please do, because it's part of is how to get the viewers more engaged. You know,
well, Walmart is doing it here.
Yes, they are
doing it, but I don't think it really became too popular.
You know, I was talking to my UPS driver, and for instance, you know, he pulls like right here, so he can drop to 3 houses in about 2 minutes. And I mean, if you just think about if they had to hook a package to a drone and bring it, and I just don't see it myself. Now, maybe I'm not thinking broad enough.
No, I think. I think that when we look at companies like Amazon, and I've thought about this because I can't say too much at the moment, but I think when you have companies like Amazon, the biggest problem with Amazon is that they are doing the drone deliveries when they're not a drone delivery company, right? This is the thing. So when you have likes of Walmart are bringing in likes of Drone Up and Wing. Those are drone companies. So when you have a company who brings in a drone company who knows how to do it, then it's different. So
I know. I see Herman. It says I don't know. I don't see it, but maybe I'm just.
I tell you, I would love to have an order and
now I think
by a drone.
I think in a medical field or in that situation, I think can definitely be, you know, that can be quicker and getting out to you know, scenes of accidents and stuff like that, you know, to make a delivery or something. But I don't know. I mean, hey,
it's going to be a very crucial year ahead, or you know, let's say 2 years when it comes to drone deliveries. And you know, I just want to just kind of reiterate that I think that the Amazon thing, I think that where Amazon have went wrong or have done things wrong is that now I don't know the people that are involved. It's, you know, no, I mean, I'm coming from the background of doing drone shows,
right,
and knowing how to plan and knowing how to organize and knowing how, you know, everything from battery management to let's say weather and stuff. It's you know, it's all about managing. It's all about, you know, being really efficient. You know.
Hey, Stephen, I want to show you Capt Ray's new boat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Isn't it beautiful?
Ray, that was well, it's parked behind my house here, right along the road. So I don't know what's it doing there, if they're selling it. But this was obviously, he was at the poker run, and you can see the cars there.
That's an impressive boat, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you're not.
I thought you were going to show you the tug that you flew over that tug.
All right, and I want to show, this is some damage here from the tornado by John Flynn's. Is that showing? Or did it not show?
Not yet. Not yet.
All right, let me see here. John sent some pictures, so let's see if I can get these. Oh, here we go. This was right at John, basically about a mile from his house, I believe.
Wow.
There we go. Man, it's weird how that man, it can do so much damage. These tornadoes, wow.
Yeah, it's very it's and it's becoming hard to predict as well.
Wow, look at that right there. Jeez. Yeah. Well, like I say, the weather, we've been getting a bunch of wind warnings, and so you watch the weather and always be aware of the weather, because it's man, of course, hurricane season for us to be happening before long, at least coming June the 1st. So, but man, they've been having some crazy weather through the Midwest, and you saw that what was that, Nebraska had that bad storm just a couple weeks ago. So
I think if someone just an idea for someone, if they have a spare drone that they're not wanting to keep, fly it into a tornado and let's see it.
Yeah.
Fly it into a tornado.
Those guys that chase it, that guy to Reed Timmer, and there's a couple of them. I mean, that's what they try to do, and he'll put that drone up in a second. I know that.
Yeah.
So,
I tell you, see that damage though, and it makes you feel so bad for the victims of the tornado.
Yeah, it's
Paul Brown.
Yeah.
I got a video that
hey, Paul, how you doing, Paul?
This was pretty cool. This was on Drone DJ, but man, I don't know if everybody saw this about these penguins that jump off the cliff.
Barkley's in the house. How you doing, Barkley?
Barkley. Let me see here if I can get to it. Look at this shots.
That's
hey,
cool.
Lawrence. Oh yeah, look at that.
Let me get. And they shot this. Of course, they talked about it. You can go to the Drone DJ article about they use a drone, of course, with a big telephoto, and they didn't disturb, so it was pretty neat. And they talk about it. So this is pretty neat. Look at that.
Yep. Wildlife photography is so cool too. Hey, Bill Thomas, how you doing? I would love to fly it.
He's using a Hoodman.
Yeah.
This was a really cool. If you get a chance to, I'm gonna jump it up a little bit.
A little cold for me though.
Yeah, it's a little. Look at him.
Who is this video? Who's it by?
It was on Drone DJ's article, but I think it's a thing that they did. But man, they'll start jumping off the cliff here and hitting the water.
How you doing, David? Oh man, they're gonna start jumping.
Yep.
Once one goes, right, one or two go, then they get brave.
Look at that shot! Wow.
Yep. Now, what drone were they flying? Do you know?
I was just going to ask.
I don't know. I might have to. If you go, you can read the article. They talk. There you go. Watch.
Yep. Oh my God!
Wow.
Look at that.
And they do this, once a year. They talk about them, so it's pretty neat to watch that.
I can't believe that he's made it.
Interesting. Oh yeah, here they go. I can see them. Oh yeah.
Look.
Oh yeah, look at them.
Look at that
shot.
Oh
man, what a shot. The March of the Penguins, yeah. Exactly, Barkley.
That's pretty neat. Pretty neat, I gotta admit. March of the Penguins, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
San Diego, welcome in.
Hey Jay, how you doing, Jay?
But let's see, this was Angel. This was a little footage from the he went from the Avata 2 to the Autel Evo Nano Plus. Yeah, Stephen, Avata 2, I tell you. So I'm sure some of your guys, do they have it, you say? Or?
No,
they really don't. Okay.
I know of a couple of guys who do have one, but none of my guys have one.
So, Stephen, do some of you guys fly FPV?
Yep.
They do. I figured they did for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Johnny, I
a fun
want to show one of Nick's flying too when we can.
All right. Yeah, Angel was doing this with
Angel's coming out to Port Jefferson. I'm going to be flying with Angel on Saturday.
guys. Hashtag Fly for Fun. We got a nice sticker pack, and we'll give away this youth size Fly for Fun T-shirt. So, hashtag Fly for Fun. Let me see. I've only got 6 entries so far. I got 40 people in here. So, Barkley, hashtag Fly for Fun. I don't know if you could squeeze in this shirt, Barkley, but I'm sure you got a niece or nephew you can give it
Hey,
to.
Randy. How you doing, Randy?
Andy, what's up? SK Lifty, welcome in. Akaracio Warren, hashtag Fly for Fun there. All right, let's see here. Let me stop this. Who else has got
Let's
it?
see if I can get Nick. All right, Johnny?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Stephen might. I don't know if Stephen, you saw this guy, what he does.
Is it showing yet?
Yeah, this one he puts it in the water. Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah,
He purposely does it in the water.
yeah.
This was
look at
very,
that.
very entertaining at the South Florida drone meetup. Really.
Nightmare. When your drone goes
And did you hear Al? He was trying to get Mark Fisher to jump in and save it. But this was incredible, the way Nick flies.
Barkley said he's the smallest person in his family, so he can't wear this shirt, Ray.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you can give it a Kiko then.
Yeah.
There we go.
I tell you what, Stephen, man, he does it. This guy does this, and man, he
He's amazing.
goes
Nick is
underwater
amazing.
and comes up out of the water. It's incredible.
Amazing. Nick is amazing. Really.
Does he also fly those helicopters?
Not that I know of. I don't
Not
think
that
he
we know
does
of.
fly helicopters. He specializes in waterproofing drones for people.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very, very cool, though.
Yeah,
But you
Nick-
can watch the rest of this video on Nick Flyday's channel. So, all
Yeah,
right.
very nice young man, I'll tell you that. That's for
Cool.
sure. Let's see here. Drone operator. Let's see. Oh, this was Captain. Let's play Captain Joe, a little bit of Captain Joe and myself yesterday. This was Captain Joe. It was very windy out there. I know that. There's a tugboat.
That's a great place to fly, Johnny.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting right there.
When I come to visit you, I want you to take me there.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a lighthouse. That lighthouse is about 1,800 feet from where we are to get to it.
Well, that's cool. You got a tugboat, sunken tug, and a lighthouse. That's a great place to fly.
Yeah, and Joe, let's see. Yeah, it's a great subject matter there. That's a fun place to fly. It was windy though.
You got a superstar watching. DeMarco's watching.
Lon Denard. What's up, Lon?
Hey, Lon, another superstar.
Happy birthday, Lon. Lon
Happy
turned,
birthday.
I'm not sure how old Lon is. I think he's like, I don't know. Marcus said he wants to see me hit those gaps. Yeah, we're gonna hit them, man. If you saw Billy Kyle's latest video, well, one of his latest, he hit some rebar. There's a lot of rebar in that tugboat, I could tell you.
You see Kigo the monkey's comment, Johnny?
No, what'd he say?
Wants to know when you're giving away bananas on the show.
Oh, yeah, we go. Hey, there's Captain Joe and myself there. Look at how the water was coming over the little.
Oh, high tide, huh?
Yeah, it was really bad yesterday.
Cool.
But that was a fun day. Happy 65th birthday to Lon, John Flynn says.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if it's 65th, but no.
He's probably 39 and holding, Lon.
Dre, you'd probably have a car and blocks in the front yard. What's he talking about, Jonathan? Point is closed off as Captain Joe said his point is closed off as of yesterday afternoon because it flooded. I know when you go back there, it's a long road to get back there. And hey, I do.
Dre.
Ray, after this show, of course, Coast to Coast Drones, myself and Captain Ray will be on there with Bill Thomas to talk about the South Florida Drone Meetup.
Looking forward to that.
But guys, let's see. Let me get this StreamYard, the giveaway too, and we'll give away this T-shirt and sticker pack. Let me see here. Stephen, you can also. Well, let's see. Here we go. Got 18 entries. We'll give away. Let's draw for the sticker pack first.
Good luck, everybody.
And then we'll draw for the T-shirt. I'll give everybody a few minutes. But Stephen, I definitely want to thank you. I know it's almost 3 in the morning. I appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, guys. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Always so interesting.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this. And if you just want a sticker pack recently, you want to give it to somebody, let me know. I'll get it to them. Jay Santiago,
congratulations.
All right, Jay. All right. And let's go. We'll draw again for the new T-shirt.
Good luck.
Hit me up on Facebook and I'll get it to you.
I'm gonna predict Herman's gonna win it.
I was gonna say Herman as well.
Ronnie. All right, Ronnie. Well, you can give it a call, Ronnie. You don't want it.
Yeah, Ronnie, I'm sure he's got some nieces and nephews or something about it, but we do it. Well, guys, we've been on about an hour, and Stephen, I like I said, I do definitely want to thank you. I know I appreciate you staying up, and it's not easy. I know at 2 or 3 in the morning, and but you're a big supporter of a lot of channels, and I know I love to see your videos, and those drone shows are spectacular, and that's kind of what we associate you with. I know you do a lot of inspections.
Drone show king.
Yep.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be on. It's always good to come and talk and share the knowledge and all the rest of it, and also see everyone in the chat as well. So thanks for everyone who's coming along.
We didn't get to talk about your Tesla light shows at all, but we'll save that for next time.
We'll save that for next time. We are planning one again for this year, so we are going for the world record again in October, because it was South Korea took the world record from us last month. So we plan to get it back again.
Yeah, well, that'd be fun. We'll definitely get you on again. And I just want to remind everybody, Captain Ray, who you have tomorrow night?
Got a great show lined up. We got John Gregory, the Connecticut Pirate, and we got Alex Haggard from Rhode Island. So it's going to be a great show.
2 weeks from tonight, we have Mr. Billy Kyle. We'll catch up with Billy. We saw Billy over at the South Florida Drone Meetup, so we'll talk about. I'm sure he'll talk about the Avata 2 and what's kind of new from DJI. But a lot's happened. I know they came out with some power banks and stuff. So hey, check those out. Those are pretty neat. All right, guys, I want to thank everybody. And right after this, 30 minutes later, Bill Thomas, Coast to Coast Drones. I think Ron Brown will be on there without his glasses on. I got to say, Ron's not wearing glasses. So, but I want to thank everybody. And 2 weeks from tonight, like I said, Billy and Stephen, thanks again so much for being our guest tonight.
Thank you. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much, everyone. Good to see everyone. Thank you for all the comments and
thanks, Stephen. And hopefully we'll see you at the South Florida Drone Meetup.
Yes. Book me up.
Have a great Wednesday.